Hello and welcome to Lawndale Lifestyle, the show about everything health and wellness in Lawndale. I'm your host, Christine Bou Sleiman. Did you know that children that are overweight or obese by the age of 5 are more likely to be overweight or obese adults? With me to talk about early childhood obesity prevention is Jeannie Wakamatsu from the Lawndale Elementary School District. She works for the Choose Health LA Kids program. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
So can you tell me a little bit about the main goals of the Choose Health LA Kids initiative?
Sure. Choose Health LA Kids is a local initiative by the Los Angeles Department of Public Health, and it targets children between the ages of 0 to 5 and their families. And this is a holistic approach to combating childhood obesity. It targets not only the individual, but the system, the environment that the child resides in. So for example, we work with partner organizations to work together and collaborate. We also provide parents with practical skills to combat this issue. And most importantly, we give parents a platform to become an advocate and to really push forward some form of policy within the cities they reside in.
Wow, that's really interesting work.
Thanks.
So why is it so important to focus on nutrition and physical activity at such a young age?
And that's a really good question. And as a dietitian, I get that question all the time. It's because behaviors that are formed early on usually is retained through adulthood, as you know, whether it's good or bad. So we want to instill kids with healthy behaviors and active lifestyles so that as they grow older, those behaviors are retained, as well as that it can decrease or prevent chronic diseases overall.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So what is the recommendation for physical activity and recommended, nutrition for kids?
The recommendations for physical activity for children is 60 minutes daily, and for adults, 30 minutes 5 times a week. And my biggest tip is just to have fun. Walk your family dog together, be outdoors, be active, go hiking together as a family, go to the beach because we live in Southern California. It's a great venue, but to move around and be active instead of being sedentary and being at home in front of a TV.
Yeah, those are some good tips. And then how about some tips for nutrition, or how can we get parents to incorporate more healthy food into the home?
And that's a good question also. First, I say to be a role model. As a child, you look up to your parent because to them, they're everything. They want to mimic and be just like you. So if you're a good role model, if you are practicing what you preach, then children are going to pick up those behaviors whether they like it or not. Secondly, get them involved in the cooking process. Take them grocery shopping. Have them pick out their favorite fruit or vegetable. Incorporate that into their meal times or snacks, and have them also prep. They can also help you wash the fruits and vegetables, set the table, come up with fun names for recipes, and also serve the food. Because most often, the first time you get to cook as an adult is when you go to college, and that's way too late. So I think it's important for children to feel comfortable in the kitchen, around all the kitchen equipment, and know all about the ingredients. Again, also family meal times are very important. Many times parents use this opportunity to talk about something very uncomfortable like grades, but I think family meal time should be all about fun, about what is their day like, getting to know each other as a family member, because children associate experience with food. So if you make the food family meal times happy, then that experience will retain with them for the rest of their lives.
Oh, that's great. And do you offer any actual classes or any resources for parents? Like, how are they going to get all this wealth of information?
Well, we do have a website. It's www.lawndalesd.net/wellness, and under our resource section, we do have a community resource guide in English and Spanish. And I just want to let you know that we offer our services not only to Lawndale, but Hawthorne and Inglewood. So we are reaching out to multiple cities, and the resource, you'll get no cost or low cost health services within the area that, parents can get plugged into. And if they have any questions, there's contact information where they can reach me or any of our staff members, and that we'll be more than willing to assist anyone. And we do have Spanish-speaking staff, so feel free to call.
Oh, great. And then do you guys offer classes too and workshops for parents to attend?
We do offer grocery tours. There's one coming up in February and one in March. It's on our calendar, so if you're interested, feel free to log on and check the calendar for the next opportunity. It's a guided tour with a registered dietitian with great tips on how to pick fruits and vegetables in season, how to really stretch your dollar and to make your budget, regardless of your budget, work for your family. And also we have nutrition classes that are coming up. It incorporates physical activity, nutrition, as well as parenting skills. I mean, you know, no parent is born with a manual as to how to raise a perfect child. So it's great to learn from experts and share resources with other parents and get plugged in. I think the importance is to get plugged in with other parents and to form a network and support that, you know, can be a great force for your entire, you know, family. It says, you know, people say it takes a village, and I think it's great that we do have support here in Lawndale.
Yep, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say that. So thank you so much for being here and for offering these great resources to the community.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll be right back right after this.
I didn't know.
My parents didn't know that childhood obesity can lead to type 2 diabetes.
But now that I know, I won't let it happen to my kids.
I'm making important changes so my kids could have the chance to live a long and healthy life.
Visit notmykids.net to get healthy recipes, ideas to keep your family active, and many more tips. Visit notmykids.net today. Do it for your kids' health.
Welcome back. My next guest is Pat Mendoza, the director of the State Preschool Early Education Program at the Lawndale Elementary School District. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And so what are some of the components of the actual preschool program in Lawndale?
In preschool, we use the high scope curriculum, which is a research-based curriculum, which was established by Dr. David Weikart back in the 60s when he was comparing children that were not succeeding in his school district in high school, high dropout rate. And he started to figure out that if you started earlier in preschool for these children, that there might make a difference. And in a high quality program, that's what he found. He compared and followed children until I think age 40, from preschool to age 40, comparing children that attended preschool there with children that did not attend preschool in the same communities, and found a lot of significant benefits to the children that had attended, with more college, more high school graduation, more employment, more home ownership, less special education, less retention. So it's a powerful research study, a longitudinal study that frankly a lot of legislators cite in terms of keeping programs funded. In fact, is probably one of the most significant studies that funded Head Start back in the 60s. It's a powerful study, and we use this curriculum because it's all research-based. And in our preschool program, we have very nice classroom settings with a lot of space, a lot of materials, really well-defined areas for children. And we've added some other components around language and literacy, where we're actually doing a lot of literacy activities with the children. But it's based in child development research, and we do a daily routine that is consistent, that allows children, for example, in the morning, a greeting time, and where staff or teachers are modeling, writing on a whiteboard, let's say, or on a tablet or on a magic marker board, where they're doing all kinds of writing to model for children. Who's there, who's not there, counting the letters in the alphabet, just doing all kinds of integration about all the curriculum subjects. And so that starts with a greeting time. In some of our schools, we also pull in the parents to do a read aloud every morning with their children. Wow. So that's very successful. And then after greeting time, the daily routine kind of varies at each classroom because it's up to them how they want to set that up, but they all have the same components. So let's say from a daily greeting time, then they might go into a small group time where then teachers do a lesson for the children around any curriculum topic, math, language and literacy, science, whatever it is. We have a lot of materials for teachers. All of our teachers are certified in the high scope education curriculum, and most of our assistants are as well. And so they do a small group time, then they might go into a large group time where they're doing movement and music, and then from there they might do outdoor time. And unique to this curriculum is something called the Plan, Do, Review sequence. So then they'll also give children a planning time. It's an actual activity. And they ask children what are they going to do for the day during their work time. And so the children will pick any area in the classroom. We have several areas of learning. And they get to pick the areas. And they have at least an hour to do their choices. And that just builds their own initiative and their own cognitive thinking and gives them control over their day as far as that work time goes. And then they come back and they do a recall. And if that kind of reminds you of what we do in real life once you're grown up, it's very similar to that. We plan, we do, and then we review, right? We get the feedback. So at recall, they come back and tell the teacher what they did during their work time, or they show whatever they made, or they talk about who they played with. And then after they do this recall time, then they'll have various activities at the end. The sessions are 3 hours each in our program. We're at 6 school sites. We have 26 preschool classrooms in the morning from 8 to 11, and in the afternoon from about 12:05 to 3:05. So they're 3-hour settings. They do start each preschool classroom with a meal. So meals are extremely important. We're a state-funded program, and it's required that they have nutritional meals. And thanks to Mark Milton, our Director of Food Services, he provides excellent meals to our children, breakfast in the morning and lunch in the afternoon. And this is all at no cost to the family.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're really thrilled to have the partnership with the district and Mark Milton's, I guess they go with the U.S. food guidelines. So the meals are really incredible for the preschoolers, really well balanced nutritional meals. And so it's very important that they have a meal. And then the day ends and parents will come by and pick up. So there's a lot involved to the curriculum. And because we're state funded, on top of this curriculum, we have a lot of state mandates as well. We use the DRDP, which is a state's child assessment based on observations. We do those twice a year, and we have parent conferences twice a year as well. And we tell parents how their children are doing and what they can work on at the home and what we're working on in the classroom. And all of this information leads into planning activities for children, what they need individually, what they need as a classroom, and there's several other components to high quality that the state requires, and we've met all of them. We had a review last year, and we did exceptionally well, and we're commended for having a high quality program. One of the many tools during the review is called an ECRS, which is the Environment Rating Scale tool. And the federal state reviewer came actually into a classroom to observe and do the rating. 7 is excellent, and we rated 7 in all areas.
Wow,
so
that's
really thrilled about the quality of the program. We're doing a really great job with helping children get ready for kindergarten, which is the goal of the state preschool program. That is the main goal, getting them ready for kindergarten.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what does school readiness look like? So how would a parent know that their child is ready for preschool, or ready for kinder, actually?
Yes, for kindergarten, because that's the goal of the state preschool program, is to get children ready for kindergarten. We're doing all kinds of things around social emotional development, helping children learn how to get along, learn how to attend, listening to stories every day, helping them to figure out problems, and even when, let's say, 2 children want the same truck or car, we have a way of working that through with them, finding a way or a solution that they come up with. And so at 3 and 4, they're actually finding out there are many ways to solve a problem, and they actually effectively and successfully solve problems. So that getting along is going to be very important in kindergarten. Attending to what the teacher says, because the format sometimes changes in kindergarten. It's a little more maybe teacher directed, where in our setting we're a lot about active learning in preschool, hands-on learning, using the materials, a variety of materials, using them in the way that children explore with, and working with other children, encouraging their language. So there's a lot of emphasis on play, as well as the daily routine I just mentioned. And there is some teacher-directed activity, but it's shared in preschool with a child. And in kindergarten, it may be a little more, not stringent, but a little more directed, with a little more expectation about doing what the teacher is telling them to do. Where in preschool, we share control with the preschoolers, and we listen to what they say and build on what they say and scaffold their learning to the next level based on understanding where they are and knowing what they can do. For kindergarten, we are helping them not only socially and emotionally, but physically. We have activities for physical development and cognitively around language and literacy and math development, writing, printing, the alphabet, sounding out the letters of the alphabet. In fact, we have so many games around language and literacy and math, but especially language and literacy, where children are not only learning how to spell their name, but spell all the names of the children in their classroom, sounding out all the letters, writing words, and then writing sentence structures by the end of the school year, just in sounding it out.
Wow. So it sounds like any child that goes to your preschool program is going to be well prepared for kinder.
Yeah, that's what we're finding, and some of our kindergarten teachers have expressed that as well.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about the program.
Well, thank you for having me, Christine.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Do you need some ideas on how to get your little one cooking in the kitchen? Well, let's see what Chef Lissette has cooking in her kitchen.
Hi, welcome to Lawndale Lifestyle. My name is Chef Lissette, and today I have two helpers, my buddy Danny over here, and also my friend Amy. So today we're going to be making turkey tacos. The recipe is actually called Turkey Tacos Verdes because there's a lot of green in this, including a green sauce that is a salsa that's made out of tomatillos. They're related to tomatoes, but you may have seen them before. They look like they're little paper lanterns with this little green thing floating inside. They're very flavorful. You can have them raw, but usually they're cooked in Mexican cooking, at least traditionally. And this has also some cilantro in it, a little bit of lime juice, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple. A little bit of water too to cook it off. So additionally, we have tomato, we have a little bit of butter lettuce, some cilantro, and some red bell pepper just to give it a little color. And we also have a little bit of lime juice because I'm a fan of the limes, and we're using corn tortillas, which are a whole grain. So that way, you know, you can make sure that you're getting your fiber in. It'll help you remove cholesterol from your body. Plus it's also more filling, so it helps satisfy you a little better. So before we started recording, I started off the turkey. The thing with turkey and also any sort of poultry item, you want to make sure that you cook it until it's not pink anymore, because otherwise you run the risk of getting salmonella, which will cause food poisoning and make you incredibly ill. We want to stay away from that. No more of that. So just make sure that when you purchase it, firstly, that it's cold, that it hasn't been sitting out for a really long time. You get it home as soon as you can, maybe carry an ice pack with you, that'll work too. And additionally, what you do is when you get it home, put it in the fridge right away. When it's time to cook, pull it out and cook it immediately. If you need to defrost it, if it was frozen for instance, defrost it in a bowl under a little bit of running water, cold running water, not hot, because it'll cook it, it'll change the texture, plus the bacteria in it can grow and make you sick. So you can do that, or even better, put it in the fridge the night before you plan on using it in just a bowl, and it'll defrost on its own a few days before if it's more than a pound or so. So we started it off. What we're gonna do, it's just, I think it's 91% lean. So try to go for 91 to 95% lean. Just note, it's gonna be different from cooking, for instance, ground beef like you would use in a burger, because it has a lot less fat, which means it's healthier for you. It's got less saturated fat, which is good, but it also means it will dry out a lot more quickly. So with that in mind, what we're gonna do is we're adding a little bit of the green sauce to it. It'll also give it some more flavor though in this case, which will work out for us. So we're just gonna add that. And we're also gonna add a little bit of seasoning. So, adding a little bit of taco seasoning, only a little bit because it can be pretty high in salt. Check out, you know, the nutrition fact label to make sure where we're at. We're also adding a little bit of extra onion and garlic powder because we want to make it really flavorful. So we're just going to mix it up. It takes about 5 minutes or so to cook the meat. So it's about 3 minutes in, and we're just gonna kind of let it do its thing for right now. We heated up tortillas earlier and we put them in this warmer so they would stay warm. With the taco, no cold tortillas. It really doesn't taste particularly good and it pulls from the experience. So Amy, if you could do me a favor, could you pull out a tortilla? We'll start with one. I'm gonna go ahead and finish mixing this guy up while you do that. All right, so this is pretty good. If you look at it really closely, you're gonna see that there's no pink in the meat, which is really important. If you have a thermometer, you can always use a food thermometer to check the temperature on this. It needs to be cooked to 165 to prevent any sort of food-related illnesses. So this is looking pretty good, pretty cooked. How does it smell, guys? We good? Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna add a little bit to our taco. So we're gonna bring it over here. It's really hot. I'm just gonna kind of put it in the center. And see, it's a small taco. Like the tortilla is rather small, so you can't fit a lot of protein on here, which is okay. You can just have a few more, and then with all the vegetables, it's gonna really help fill you up. So do you want to help me assemble the taco? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's start with the tomato. Could you just put a little bit on there, however much you like? Awesome. Cool, so you like a lot of tomato. How about the bell pepper? All right. So you can always cook the bell pepper, you can saute it for a few minutes, but my friends like the taste of a crisp, fresh bell pepper, so we're doing it this way. And a little bit of lettuce. Awesome. How about some cilantro? Mm-hmm. Do you like cilantro? Yeah. However much you want. Go for it. Sweet. I like you. I like your style. Cilantro is very, very flavorful and delicious. Okay. Did you want to add some lime juice to it too or no? Just a little bit. It's going to help enhance the flavor. So that'll make it kind of pop a little more. Awesome. And that's something you can also serve on the side so the kids can do it themselves, or they can do the whole thing just like Danny's doing. All right. And do you want to add some green sauce or no? No. No green sauce? Okay. It's a little too much spice for him. All right. So that taco is all done. You want to eat it? You can eat it. You're welcome. Oh, you're so sweet. He's such a sweet brother. So that's it, guys. It takes about 7 minutes total to make this recipe, and you can have the kids assemble it themselves, so that way it can be kind of a family activity. Plus, you know, then you only have to worry about cleanup. But don't worry, Amy, you're gonna help me clean. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Chef Lissette, for that yummy and easy recipe that we can do with our kids. Now let's get those kids up off the couch and move in with Coach Latarrin.
Thanks, Christine. All right, boys and girls, are you guys ready for a fun 5-minute instant recess? Let's get up off the couch and let's go. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and start off with a march. Good. Let's go ahead and get the body flowing, get the body warmed up. All right, we're gonna start with some shoulder rolls, going forward, nice and high. All right, getting real high. Everybody got it? Let's count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's go ahead and take it back. Good. It's doing the same thing. All right. Let's count down again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's go ahead and shake it out. You can already feel it at the shoulders already, and we're going to get the shoulders warmed up again. So go ahead and do some shoulder press. We're going to go up and down. Keep the feet moving. Up, down, Speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looking good. It's getting down. Let's keep it going. 10. Now, these are called raise the roof. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and do some step forwards. We're going to tip our heel forward, back, bring it forward, bring it back, bring it forward, bring it back. Good. Let's go ahead and speed it up. You guys got it. Good. All right, so we're going to do some arm curls when we're doing those. It's going to go up, down, down. Make sure you squeeze the bicep. Up, down, down. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, can't hear you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's go ahead and shake that out. I felt really good. Felt a good burn on the bicep. All right, let's go ahead and step out again. And 4, in, out, in, out, in. You guys looking good. Out, in, out, in. This is called a modified jack. So we're gonna bring the arms up, just like that. Good. Want to put too much stress on the knees. This is why we use the modified jack. So you can look you're doing the jumping jack, but you're just stepping out. It's called step out jacks, right? That's all right. All right, here we go. Let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that's a good burn on our shoulders. Let's go ahead and shake it out. Good. All right, let's go ahead and do some triceps because we didn't do our triceps. Let's go ahead and turn to the side again, bend at the waist, bring our arms in, and flex the arms out just like we're about to run a race. Like we're just taking a race just like that, where we're bringing our arms out. So in, out, in. Make sure you squeeze that tricep out, in, out, in, out. Speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Count down. 10, 9, squeeze. 8, 7, 6. Keep the feet moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. That burns, doesn't it? All right. So the next thing we're going to do is the step across. So we're doing the step across. We're going to step up, bring our high knees up and down, up and down. Speed it up. Good. So what we're going to do with those is just tap the knees. Good. And bring your arms up and tap. Good. Let's do 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's go ahead and march it out. Take our chin down, up, down, up, back, forward, back, forward. All right, let's spread the feet out. Let's do our little cool down, this little breathing. So go ahead and bring, as the arms come up, we're gonna take a breathe in through the nose. Arms go down, breathe out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one, in and out. Thank you for joining the session. I will see you guys next time.
Thanks, Coach Latarrin, for that great Energizer break. Did you know that 1/3 of children born in the US in the year 2000 may develop diabetes if the obesity epidemic goes unchecked? So early prevention is key, and schools play a critical role in supporting a healthy environment for kids where they can be active and eat healthy foods. So the Lawndale School District, as we heard earlier, has amazing programs going on, the Choose Health LA Kids and the Preschool program. So to find out more about those programs, you can visit their website at www.lawndalesd.net. From all of us here at Lawndale Lifestyle, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.